Sick of the terminal? In 2026, the sky is no longer just for billionaires. From safe return tech to jets priced lower than supercars, we're counting down the 10 most affordable private jets you can actually own right now. Number 10. The Cirrus Vision SF-50 G2 and G2 Plus, the modern standard price range, $2.3 million to $3.6 million. We begin our countdown with an aircraft that redefined the personal jet category, the Cirrus Vision SF-50, specifically the G2 second generation and G2 Plus models. Cirrus Aircraft, famous for their SR series piston planes, took a massive gamble by developing a single-engine jet. That gamble paid off. The G2, which entered the scene around 2019, brought significant upgrades over the original model. One of the most critical improvements was the increase in service ceiling to 31,000 feet. This isn't just a number. It allows the pilot to fly above most weather systems, ensuring a smoother ride for the family in the back. The G2 also introduced the auto throttle, a feature typically found on much larger commercial airliners, which reduces pilot workload during the most critical phases of flight. Then came the G2 Plus. This variant optimized the Williams FJ-33-5A engine for better takeoff performance, especially in hot and high conditions. Think of taking off from Aspen or Denver in the middle of July. But the crowning achievement of the G2 Plus is the Safe Return Emergency Autoland System by Garmin. With the push of a single button, the aircraft can take over, communicate with air traffic control, navigate around terrain, and land itself at the nearest suitable airport. For an owner-pilot, the peace of mind this provides for their passengers is priceless. At a market price of $2.3 million to $3.6 million, it represents the pinnacle of modern, entry-level jet technology. Number 9. The HondaJet HA420. Innovation from the automotive giant price range, $2.5 million to $3.5 million. Number 9 takes us to a jet that looks like nothing else on the ramp. When Honda decided to build a jet, they didn't follow the status quo. They spent decades researching the over-the-wing engine mount, OTWEM configuration. While it looks futuristic, the design serves a very practical purpose. By moving the engines off the fuselage, Honda eliminated the need for heavy engine support structures inside the body, which translated to a significantly quieter cabin and more baggage space. The HA420, particularly models from the 2015 to 2017 era, are now hitting the secondary market at very attractive price points between $2.5 and $3.5 million. Powered by GE Honda HF120 engines, the HondaJet is an efficiency monster. It boasts a 17% improvement in fuel economy compared to other jets in its class. Inside, the cabin feels like a high-end Acura. It features a fully private aft lavatory, a rarity in the very light jet category, and a sophisticated glass cockpit featuring the Garmin G3000 system. With a cruise speed of 422 knots, it is one of the fastest in its category, proving that Honda's obsession with aerodynamics was well worth the wait. Number 8. The Embraer Phenom 100. Brazilian flair and spacious design price range, $1.9 million to $3.2 million. Embraer is a titan of the regional airline world, and they brought that heavy iron philosophy to the Phenom 100. If you are looking for a jet that feels big inside, despite its small footprint, this is it. The Phenom 100 was designed in collaboration with BMW Group Designworks, USA, and it shows. The oval-light cabin shape provides more head and shoulder room than almost any competitor. Available for $1.9 million to $3.2 million, the Phenom 100 is a favorite for flight departments and owner-operators alike. It utilizes two Pratt and Whitney Canada PW617FE engines, which are known for their reliability and long TBO, time between overhaul, intervals. What makes the Phenom 100 a smart buy in 2026 is its robust airframe. It was built to endure the high-cycle environment of a charter fleet, meaning it can handle frequent takeoffs and landings with ease. The Prodigy flight deck is another highlight, offering a highly intuitive interface that makes transitioning from a smaller twin-engine piston plane to a jet much less intimidating for new pilots. Number 7. The Cessna Citation CJ1 Plus, the reliable workhorse price range, $1.8 million to $3 million. No list of private jets is complete without a Citation. The CJ1 Plus is the evolution of the original Citation jet, and it embodies the phrase, "If it ain't broke, don't fix it." Cessna's philosophy has always been about simplicity and reliability, and the CJ1 Plus delivers this in spades. Priced between $1.8 million and $3 million, the CJ1 Plus features the Williams FJ44 engines, which are essentially the gold standard for light jet propulsion. These engines are incredibly fuel efficient and are backed by one of the largest service networks in the world. The plus in the name refers to the upgraded FADEC, Full Authority Digital Engine Control, and the Collins ProLine 21 Avionics Suite. FADEC is a game-changer because it prevents the pilot from over-torquing or overheating the engines, protecting your multi-million-dollar investment from human error. While it might not have the futuristic look of a Honda jet, its ability to operate out of short, unimproved runways makes it a versatile tool for the practical traveler. Number 6. The Cessna Citation Mustang, the entry-level legend price range, $1.6 million to $2.6 million. If the CJ1 Plus is the workhorse, the Mustang is the thoroughbred that introduced the world to the very light jet revolution. Produced between 2006 and 2017, the Mustang was designed from the ground up to be flown by a single pilot. In 2026, the Mustang is one of the most liquid assets in aviation. Because so many were built, nearly 500, finding parts and qualified mechanics is incredibly easy. With a price range of $1.6 million to $2.6 million, it's a favorite for business owners who want to fly themselves to meetings. The Mustang isn't the fastest jet, cruising at 340 knots, but it is remarkably forgiving to fly. It features a clean wing design and the Garmin G1000 avionics suite, which is the same system many pilots learned on in flight school. This makes the step up to a jet feel familiar rather than frightening. It's the perfect first jet for someone looking to move out of a turboprop or a high-performance piston. Before we get to our top 5, we need to have a moment of intellectual honesty. Buying a jet is a capital expense, but owning a jet is an operational journey. As we've seen, you can acquire these machines for the price of a luxury home, but you cannot park them in your driveway. In 2026, savvy buyers look at 3 main pillars. Fixed costs. These include insurance, hangar fees, and pilot training. Even if the plane never leaves the ground, these bills must be paid. Variable costs. This is your fuel, landing fees, and catering. This is where your cost per hour comes from. Maintenance reserves. This is the most important. Engines have life cycles. Smart owners pay into a per-hour program like JSSI or TAP Blue, so that when a multi-million-dollar engine overhaul is due, the money is already there. If a jet is listed for $1 million, you should ideally have a significant liquidity buffer to handle the unexpected. Now, let's look at the aircraft that offer the lowest barriers to entry in history. Number 5. The Cirrus Vision SF-50, Generation 1. The Safety Pioneer Price Range, $1.8 million to $2.5 million. Wait, didn't we already talk about the Cirrus? Yes, but the Generation 1, G1, deserves its own spot because it represents a different value tier. Produced between 2016 and 2018, the G1 models are now available for as low as $1.8 million. While the G1 lacks the G2's higher ceiling and autoland, it still features the most iconic safety feature in aviation history: the CAPS, Cirrus Airframe Parachute System. This is a ballistic parachute that, in the event of a catastrophic failure, can lower the entire airplane and its occupants safely to the ground. The G1 is a fantastic choice for regional travel. If your typical mission is taking the family 500 to 800 miles away for the weekend, the G1 does it with style and safety that is unmatched at the $2 million mark. It's an accessible jet that doesn't feel like a relic of the past. Number 4. The Eclipse 550. Efficiency and tech price range: $1.5 million to $2.5 million. The Eclipse 550 is the reborn version of the original Eclipse jet. After the original company faced financial hurdles, the 550 emerged with much-needed improvements. It is perhaps the most fuel-efficient twin-engine jet ever made. At one point, $5 million to $2.5 million, the 550 is a tech-heavy marvel. It was one of the first light jets to feature synthetic vision and enhanced vision, infrared cameras, as standard equipment. This allows pilots to see through fog and darkness, a massive safety advantage. The 550 is small. There is no way around it. The cabin is more akin to a luxury SUV than a boardroom. However, if you are looking for the lowest operating costs in the industry, frequently cited between $1,200 and $1,800 per hour, the Eclipse 550 is the undisputed champion of the business-use light jet. Number 3. The Beechcraft Premier 1, the Speed King with a stand-up cabin price range: $1.4 million to $2.2 million. Most light jets require a crouch walk to get to your seat. The Beechcraft Premier 1 changed that. By using a high-strength carbon fiber/epoxy honeycomb composite fuselage, Beechcraft was able to make the cabin walls thinner and the interior space larger. For $1.4 million to $2.2 million, you get a jet that can fly at 451 knots. To put that in perspective, that is faster than many mid-sized jets that cost 5 times as much. The Premier 1 is for the person who wants to get there fast and wants to be able to stand up while doing it. While the composite fuselage is a marvel, it does require specialized knowledge for repairs, which is why we often see these aircraft maintained meticulously by corporate flight departments. In 2026, a well-maintained Premier 1 is perhaps the best bang for your buck in terms of cabin volume and raw speed. Number 2. The Cessna Citation Jet Original CJ. Proven excellence price range: $1.2 million to $1.8 million. As we reach the runner-up spot, we look at the legend, the original Model 525 Citation Jet. Produced starting in the early 90s, these aircraft are the vintage option that still performs like a modern machine. Why is a 30-year-old jet still worth $1.2 million to $1.8 million? Because Cessna built them to last forever. Many of these CJs have undergone panel upgrades, where the old analog dials are ripped out and replaced with modern touchscreen Garmin avionics. The CJ is a pilot's airplane. It is stable, predictable, and has no bad habits. It uses the Williams FJ44-1A engines, which are legendary for their longevity. If you want a real jet experience with a legacy of reliability that spans decades, the original CJ is the safest place to put your money. Number 1. The Eclipse 500. The $650,000 private jet price range. $650,000 to $1.8 million. Finally, we reach the number one spot, the Eclipse 500. This is the aircraft that makes people do a double take. In early 2026, you can find airworthy certified Eclipse 5s for as low as $650,000. Think about that. For the price of a mid-range Lamborghini or a small house in the suburbs, you can own a twin-engine jet capable of flying at 37,000 feet and speeds of 370 knots. The Eclipse 500 was the dream of Vern Rauburn and was backed by the likes of Bill Gates. While the company had a tumultuous history, the aircraft itself is a masterpiece of miniaturization. The engines are the Pratt & Whitney PW610F, which are so small they look like they belong on a model airplane, yet they produce enough thrust to carry 4 people across several states in a matter of 2 hours. The Eclipse 500 is the ultimate disruptor. It's perfect for the time builder pilot or the regional business traveler. While the range is limited, about 1,125 nautical miles, and the cabin is cozy, the sheer economics of the Eclipse 500 are unbeatable. It remains the most affordable entry point into the world of jet propulsion in 2026. As we've explored, the top 10 list of 2026 isn't just a collection of expensive toys. It is a spectrum of engineering solutions for different needs. Whether it's the safety-first approach of the Cirrus Vision jet, the spaciousness of the Premier One, or the radical affordability of the Eclipse 500, there has never been a better time to look at the sky. But remember, buying the jet is the beginning of a relationship with the machine. It requires a commitment to safety, training, and meticulous maintenance. The cheapest jet can become the most expensive one if you don't perform your due diligence. The dream of flight is more accessible than ever. The traffic jams of the world aren't going away, but the exit ramp to the clouds is now within reach for more people than ever before. As we've seen, the cheapest private jets of 2026 aren't just about low purchase prices. They're about smart engineering, proven reliability, and realistic ownership. From the radical affordability of the Eclipse 500 to the safety-driven Cirrus Vision jet and the speed-focused Premier One, each aircraft solves a different mission. The real key is matching the jet to your lifestyle, budget, and flying goals. Private aviation is no longer a fantasy reserved for billionaires. With proper planning, training, and discipline, the sky has become a practical shortcut, not a luxury dream. The runway is closer than you think.